Hi, thank you for coming to learn about stop motion today. I will talk you through what that is for anyone that doesn't know, but it is a really great tool to be using on your social media to promote your shops or products. And it's an especially magical medium to use around Christmas time. So I'm going to be touching on Christmas quite a bit here because it is coming. Let's jump into it. Hi, that's me. I'm Alice Loveday. I live in the south coast of England, in Bournemouth, with my two girls, my husband and my dog. And my experience lies in film and advertising. So I used to create stop motions for big brands in the advertising industry, brands like McDonald's, John Lewis, IKEA. And I've worked on some films for some directors like Edgar Wright, and I worked on a film with Martin Scorsese, which was fun. Thanks. But I've always had a passion for magic, and stop motion is definitely magic. So I started Loveday Social to make stop motion more accessible to independent brands. So while I was working in the advertising industry, I noticed that there was these big budgets being spent on this amazing content for these huge brands, and they were big productions. We would have the team of producers and like 50 clients come in, millions of coffees, and for about a 6-second piece of stop motion, I don't even want to tell you what the budget would have been. And I realized that there were so many amazing brands that really deserved to have this magical content, but it was so inaccessible because no one's going to pay the industry prices. Small brands just can't afford it. But they weren't able to, they didn't know about stop motion, they didn't know how to create it themselves, and they certainly couldn't pay someone else to do it. So that's why I started Loveday Social. We are a small production company based in Bournemouth. So we're a stop motion studio. I have a studio near the beach, and there's a team of about 5 of us now, and we create stop motions for independent brands. And in our Done For You service, we've helped elevate over 300 brands now. We've been running for almost 3 years. And I've just launched a membership to help independent brands now start creating their own content. So this is about guiding brands through creating their own stop motions for their feeds. So with social media now being what it is and us needing so much content, I want to help people learn how to create this magical medium themselves so that they can create more things with more of their products and then save the investing for when they really need it, like Christmas and big launches. So I'll talk a little bit later about when to do that, when to DIY and when to invest. We wanted to give it a really fun, festive feel, and we just really wanted to create a magical vibe. So I feel like we got there. So today I just want to talk you through how to come up with ideas that actually do what you need them to do. So it's all very well going, I can make some stop motion or I'll make something move, but unless you have a real idea of exactly what you want that content to do, of the purpose of that content, then it's probably not going to quite hit the mark. So I'm going to talk you through how to get what you want out of your content. Then I'm going to talk you through a few concepts that I think will really work in retail. So there's so many different ways that we can use stop motion to promote not only our products, but our USPs, our messages, even like some informative content. So I'm going to give you a few ideas for that as well today. And I'm going to talk you through where to use stop motion to really maximize its results. So again, you can spend a lot of time or a lot of money getting a stop motion made or making one yourself, but if you're not going to use it in the right way and put it in the right places, then it's going to fall a bit flat. And then, as I just said, I'm going to talk you through when to DIY and when to invest. And then I'm going to do a live demo of creating a stop motion. Now, I'm hoping the tech's going to work on this, and I've never actually done a live stop motion demo, so I'm hoping this goes well, but I'm going to show you how to create a stop motion of just a few products, and they're going to spin and they're going to turn into a present. And all I want to get you to get from this is to see how simple it actually can be to create a stop motion. So first of all, why stop motion? Well, social media posts containing video content get 1,200% more likes and shares than still image-based content. And stop motion is video, but with a real magical element. So if you're going to do video, do stop motion. It's really snappy. People's attention spans on social media are so short right now. So if I give you an example of an unboxing video, you can watch someone open up a box and take everything out and look at each piece, and that all takes quite a while. Whereas if you do it with stop motion, you can have the box just sort of spin and everything's out, and you're getting exactly the same message across, but in a much shorter period of time. So you're going to get more eyes on your products in a shorter space of time. You're going to hold people's attention, and you're actually going to get people to receive the message that you're trying to give out and view your products more. Again, with sort of informative content, it's very good for things that are hard to visualize. So if you want to talk about, talk through a kind of specific feature of a product, or if you want to talk through something like, I don't know, maybe like delivery times or something that's a bit more dull, you can do it in a much snappier way than if you were sort of to talk about it on video, or if you were to show someone doing something on video. So it's a really good snappy medium. So again, for these attention spans currently, it's perfect. Stop motion can really be stylized around your brand. So you can really use the materials, the colors, your shop environment as well as your stop motion backdrop. So it's kind of like a photo shoot. If you think of it like product photography or photography, but a moving element of that. So it can be really, really stylized, and you can say a lot with the stop motion about your brand. You can use props to really help tell your brand story, and you can use colors and textures to talk about what you're about. So if you're a very eco-driven brand, you might want to use more natural products, natural materials. If you're a very poppy, colorful brand, obviously you're going to use that. But you can really stylize it, and it can really help push your messaging forwards. And stop motion is the queen of evoking emotions. So people buy with their emotions, and especially around Christmas. It's all about creating that emotional connection with your audience. So stop motion really, really helps to connect you to your audience, especially if you put things like hands in there and human elements. Then people love that interaction, but you have that magical kind of nuance of stop motion to drive a story or give a bit of a nostalgic feel, and it just sparks that emotion in people that really helps them connect with your brand, and that's what's going to make them buy. And it's magic, obviously. That's my favorite one. It's magic. You can do things with stop motion that you just can't do with regular video. You can't peel a potato in a tap with regular video. You can't, sorry, potato, that's a terrible example. You can't open a box in a tap. You can't unwrap a present in a spin in video. You can't turn one product into another in video. But with stop motion, you can do absolutely anything. So just a few stats for you, just to show really the power that stop motion brings, because I think people think of it as a very fun medium, but it is actually very, very powerful as well. So we produced this stop motion for one of our clients, Juno Jax, and this brought in a 1,754% increase to their basket size when they used it in their welcome email thread. So they switched out what they used to have, like a still image in their welcome flow, their welcome email flow. They switched out a GIF of this exact stop motion, and that's the increase they saw. So pretty powerful. And now they've got that just automatically playing, gaining new buyers without them even having to do anything. So they're making money while they sleep with that one. Another client of ours, Harbox, ran this stop motion as a Facebook ads campaign, and they saw a 454% increase in subscribers to their monthly subscription box. So they're run by dentists, and they're a sort of dentist subscription box for kids. So that was, another great stat, and a little inspiration for Christmas as well for you there. So for anyone that doesn't know what stop motion is, it's a type of animation. So it's sort of, as I said before, it's kind of photography, but moving, so a type of moving image. The way it works is it's a series of photos that are strung together, and when you play them really, really, really quickly, it appears as if it's moving. So you're probably all familiar with Wallace and Gromit and like Paranorman and all those films. So the technique is the same. We don't use plasticine models, we use products, but it's the same. So you take a picture, you move something, you take a picture, you move something, and when all of those pictures are strung together, we give the appearance that it's moving. It's not quick. So it's not quick, but I'm going to show you that it can be reasonably quick. It's not something that, it's not like quite as quick as taking a photo or doing a quick video pan, but it's something that you do need to put a little bit of time and thought into. But once you are aware of how to do it, and once you've figured out your process, and once you've figured out a kind of easy setup that you can do quickly within your environment, like your shop, then you can actually get quite a few stop motions out quite quickly. So what concepts are going to work best in a retail environment? So I just want to talk you through a few ideas. And I'm thinking of Christmas mostly because it's coming up here. So first of all, I just want to give you an idea of the way you can come up with ideas. So I kind of use this method, which is called the 3 Ps. So I like to think of purpose, product, play. So the first thing I like to think of is, what is the purpose of my stop motion? What do I want it to do? And by that I mean, what message do you want to give out to your customers? What do you want to say? Do you want them to understand that you have beautiful packaging? Do you want them to understand that you do gifts for mums? Do you want them to understand that you are from Norfolk? What do you want to do? And pick one message. Don't pick 5, just pick one message, and that is the message that you can convey in your stop motion. A really good one to do for this is if you look in your FAQs, and if there's an FAQ that you always get, then that's a really good purpose for one of your stop motions, because it's obviously something that's not translating in your other content or on your website. Product. So now, once you've figured out your purpose, you can then maybe think about what product or products are going to best tell that story, are going to best serve that purpose. So if you're talking about your gift wrap, then you're going to pick one of your products or a set of products that look the most beautiful when wrapped, or most interesting to wrap, or and then you're going to pick your best wrap and your best ribbons and all of those things. So then it's about kind of figuring out what you're going to use. If you want to talk about your delivery times, or if you want to talk about your materials, for example, then you're going to pick a selection of products that are going to best showcase that purpose. So if you're talking about the fact that you use all natural materials in your shop, maybe you have stock wooden toys, then you're obviously going to get the best selection of toys that really, really, really serve that purpose, that really show that message. So making sure that your products support the purpose is key. And then play, the final thing is, how then are you going to showcase that message with those products? So are you going to put them on a shelf? Are you going to stack them up? Are you going to do a flat lay? Then it's about thinking about what you can do. And I'm going to be talking you through a bit more about that next. So one great place to start, if you're just starting out with stop motion, is picking some hero products and just starting with those. So the purpose for this can really be to show off your heroes. And there's a few ways you can do that I've listed here. So you can just do, a great one to start with is just spin it around. Because people love to see a 360 view of your products, the products that you stock. It's like they're in your shop with you. So if they're in your shop, they're going to be walking around your products and looking at them and all the details. So why not do that on social? Spin it around, give them that view as if they're in your shop. You can show what the products are made of, so you could have some materials and have them coming together and form that product. You can demo the product, so that would be showing it in action. So for example, if you sell nice mugs or like hot chocolate packs, then it might be a good idea to show a mug filling up with hot chocolate and some whipped cream coming on the top and a straw going in. Because that's just really like helping just inspire your audience as to how they might use the products in your shop. Unboxing it is brilliant because people love to see what they're going to get when they buy from you. If they order from you online, it kind of almost puts them there mentally before they've actually bought from you. If they kind of have seen this product opening up and products coming out, and they kind of feel like they're already there. So then they're one step closer to buying with you if they've kind of mentally done that. And then showing off some features of some hero products is also good. You could do, an example would be if you do some bags, you could just animate a zip opening and some things coming out or something like that. Product ranges. I think this would probably be a really good one to do, obviously, around Christmas, because you're going to be working with lots of ranges for different recipients. So gifts for mum, gifts for dad, gifts for everyone. Different ages of children. Like, there's so many different ranges you could do, or like there's also like, you know, there's gifts for the artist, there's gifts for the gardener. Like, you could go on forever. So different ways you could show this in stop motion would be like if you're in your shop and you've got some beautiful shelves or you've done some beautiful displays already, then don't waste those. You can just set up a camera and you can gradually just animate them coming off and then play it in reverse. And then you'll have them all just like coming onto the shelf. So I'd love a shelf stop motion. You can also make a shape like a star or a Christmas tree out of a range of products. That's really effective and it's very festive and fun. Stacking products up is a really great way. So if you do clothes, for example, you can, or books is great. So something that's very stackable, then just having them stack up, stack down, stack up, stack down. I could have shown you so many examples, but we'd have been here like all day. Slide them into a flat lay. So what I'm doing later is going to be a little bit of a flat lay. This is going to be more of a present spin, but yeah, so as I said, so if you have things laid out as a flat lay, you can actually just slide them off in animation, and then when you play it in reverse, it's as if they're all coming in. And then setting a festive scene like a Christmas Eve type scene is always really good. So you can get a bit moody maybe, and get that kind of, get the candles out, get the fairy lights out, and set a festive scene. Okay, gifting and unboxing. This is, if you're going to do a stop motion around Christmas, it's probably going to be a gifting one. So topics for this could be gifting ideas for, as I just said, for mum, dad, the gardener, the artist. So spin everything into a box, and that's what I'm going to be doing a demo of here. We've got everything laid out in a flat lay, and I'm going to spin them, and they're going to turn into this box, which is a wrapped present. And what that does is just tells your customers that these are our products and you can give them as a gift. And that sounds really, really straightforward, but people really, really, really need to be told what to do. And especially if you add a label like a swing tag saying for dad, for mum, whoever, because especially at Christmas, again, there's so much noise out there that people need that like final push. They really need that direction. The buying process is a great one. So this is a good example of the buying process. So here we've got just a hand going through and selecting products, and we go through different ranges. So you see all the products come out, then we swipe through a few different ranges of the products that this shop offers, and then they go into the box and it closes up. So that just shows that you can come to we followed kind of the process on this person's online store. So you came onto the online store, you selected the gift box, then you went through and you selected the presents from various different ranges that she had packaged up. And then obviously they went into the box and you could choose you could write a personalized note. There was a bit more on this stop motion, but I didn't want to make it run too long. And then the other option is just being the recipient, and that is that unboxing again. Your unique selling point. So just because it's Christmas time, it doesn't mean that every piece of content that you put out there and every stop motion that you make or every video or photo that you make has to be really Christmassy. What's going to set you apart at Christmas time is talking about your USPs, what makes you different from any other brand that people are seeing online or going to walking down the high street and seeing as well. So you really want to talk about your USPs. So that could be your ethos, the materials you stock. We've talked a bit about that. It could talk about who you serve. So you want to start talking really directly to your customer and talking about who you serve. And then for that message, you can really bring in props to help tell that story. So again, if you're a mum brand, you maybe want to bring in like mum props and have those styled within your scene. Or if you're serving like an older clientele, then you want to start using props that really speak to those customers. So you can always say a little bit more with the props you use. You don't have to have everything moving to make it really complicated. You can just set a nice scene, use some props to help tell your audience who you serve, and then just do something simple like spin a product in the middle. Another unique selling point might be the beautiful wrap, or the way that you hand wrap all your items. Maybe you have a great selection of gift wrap. Maybe you write a personalized note. Maybe you do handwritten notes for your customers. Whatever that is that sets you apart, make a point of telling that story. And then tell your story. Who are you? Where did you come from? Where are you based? People buy from people, so you can always bring a bit of you into your content. And that we can create some informative stop motion. So this helps tell people a little bit more about you and your business and who you are and why they might buy from you. And I'm kind of come back up, but I'm just going to skip to location because I think it's relevant for the unique selling point as well. So if you're like a brand in Cornwall that makes beauty products from seaweed, you're going to want to talk about the fact that you're based in Cornwall, you're next to the sea, so why not go down to the beach and shoot something down there and really help bring those story elements into your content as well. And look, I love stop motion, but this is all really relevant for photography and everything as well, and videos as well. But I'd say always shoot stop motion as well. But it's relevant for all your pieces of content. You want to be talking about all of these things because you want to be giving your audience a really good rounded view of your brand. Just talking about your products isn't going to sell your products. Just talking about what you stock and what ranges you have isn't going to sell the ranges. What's going to sell the ranges, what's going to get people buying from you online is all of this other information around your products and your ranges. And that's where people get more of a connection with you, and that's where stop motion really helps drive that connection because it's got that real emotive feel about it. You can talk about delivery times, like really useful, informative content. Just get a box sliding in onto a doorstep, and then that's it. Delivery times, 2 weeks right now. Stock availability, like update your customers with how it's going at Christmas, with what you've got left. When you're going to be open, when you're closing for Christmas, when the cutoff date is. You can do some really, really, really simple stop motions that help talk about these messages. And you can do a stop motion of you in the shop, or you packing orders, or you doing anything. Just get in it. If you can get your face in it, then that's even better because, as I said before, people buy from people. But if you just want to get your hands in there, or just get a bit of you in there somehow, maybe that's through props, maybe it's through, being at home or something. That personal touch really, really helps drive sales. And then finally, where to use stop motion. So as I said, we don't want to spend time creating content or invest money in getting a really nice piece of stop motion made for your brand if you're then not going to use it in the right way. I don't know where you guys are currently shouting about your brand, but these are all the places that you could be and should be shouting about your brand. And these are all the places where we can embed stop motion in to help drive those sales. And when I say put them in, I mean use and reuse. I don't mean make a separate piece of content for all of these channels. I'm saying when you get a piece of stop motion, it's no good just to put it on social media once, post it as a reel once, and then hope that you're going to get a flood of sales. It's just not going to happen. You have to post it once on Reels, and then you want to embed it in your email marketing, create a GIF out of it, put it in your email marketing, send it out with some email campaigns around Christmas, and use it more than once in your emails, that's fine. Use it as a website banner or in product listings, or in blog posts as well. And then if you run paid ads, stop motion has really, really great conversion in paid ads. So if you do run paid ads, that's where I'd probably recommend investing in a stop motion.